keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry. Whatever it is, make sure you respect me. We gon' always trash talk in season and all, but not too serious. Gotta keep it football.
Green Bay tailgating, yelling go pack go. LA Rams, LA Chargers, Indianapolis Colts. Kansas City celebrating like it's still Super Bowl. Houston, Texas came deep and fired up the grill. Briskets, baby back, this just got real. Jacksonville Raider fans, all love, no hating. Miami Dolphins, Minnesota, New England Patriots. This is epic, all teams 32 tailgating.
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and all,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and all,
but not too serious.
gotta keep it football.
New York came through, both Giants and Jets. Trash talking done started, both sides placing bets. New Orleans Saints set up shop like we on Bourbon Street. It's so nice to see the Washington football team. Philadelphia Eagles came through with the game. 49ers showing out, representing the Bay. Police showed up to make sure we was straight. They gave us love and respect, and we made them play. Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the AFC, the NFC, man, they all up in here. Black and yellow on repeat from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ladies shaking pom-poms, tailgating cheerleaders. The DJ on fire playing all the hits, man. Everyone here, they tailgate mad lit. Dallas Cowboys showed up and they was deep as flow. They was chatting, then stepping, yelling, Cowboy up!
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and all,
but not too serious.
gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and all,
but not too serious.
gotta keep it football. You gotta keep it football, baby.
That's right, baby. We got to keep it football. We definitely got to keep them weights pumping, man. Like my man Mike Rock chiming in right off the bat, baby, as we were in gym set rep number 2. He said, reps done. Let's go. He's ready to find out today from Kelli Collins, my special guest here today, finally about the Collectors Showcase of America. Finally, we got what CSA means, right, Kelli? Are you there with me, Kelli? There she goes. She got her headphones on now. How we doing, Kelli? Can you hear me now? I don't know. Maybe she can't hear me. But anyway, we got her on the show here today.
How we doing, Kelli? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't know. Maybe she can't hear me.
Hold on.
But anyway, we got her on.
You got to turn that live off on your end. We're going to have an echo.
Hold on. Can you hear
As we
me?
have,
Hold on.
we have technical difficulties going on big time here right now. So y'all tune in. It's organically
Okay, hold
happening
on.
right
Let's
here
try it now.
on Cowboys Cousins.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You sound, I don't know. I think it's something on my end.
Can you hear me?
We were good just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, well, you had your live going on that end. There was an echo and a delay, and that just caused everything.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We were good just a few minutes ago. Hi,
Yeah, well, you
Michelle.
had your live going on that end. There was an echo and a delay, and that just caused everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me?
We were good just a few minutes ago. Hi,
Yeah, well, you
Michelle.
had your live
Hold on.
going on that end. There was an echo and a delay, and that just caused everything.
Yeah. I can't hear you.
I know, because there's a significant delay, and you got it live on your end, and that's interrupting the flow here.
Hold on. Let's try this again. I'm going to exit out and come back in.
Okay. All right. As we had technical difficulties, appreciate y'all hanging out here with us today. We got Kelli on the show to come on and let us know all about the CSA. That is called the Collectors Showcase of America. So if you're new to the CSA, or if you're maybe on the East Coast as a Dallas Cowboy fan or an NFL fan in general, this CSA coming up where Kelly's going to be boots on ground. She says she's been out there since 2019. Matter of factly, I distinctively remember her going live in OAT probably a couple of years ago while at the CSA. But we've got her here today to join us on Cowboy Cousins round 2 in the gym, baby, getting these reps, learning about the CSA, how you can get connected, why you want to go out there, get your chance to meet, the GOAT, baby, the greatest of all time. And that's Emmitt Smith. And Michael Irvin's going to be out there. We'll talk more in detail about that as we get Kelly back up on the show and fix our technical difficulties.
Okay. Are we good now?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Man, we're golden. We'll get it figured out. I was just telling everybody about why we got you here on the show today, talking about the CSA. And, I remember a couple of years ago, you were live in OAT at a CSA.
Yeah.
And, now that we know what it's talking about, why did you get involved with CSA to begin with? Like, what's up with CSA on your end as we, we're going to break this down here a little bit for everybody here today.
Okay. So the CSA show is a big show that happens in Chantilly, Virginia at the Dallas Expo Center. It happens 3 times a year. Hey, Kai. The first one will always be in March or April. The next one will be in July. They try to squeeze it in before all teams go to training camp. And then the next one is in October. So the one that's in October, you will find more baseball, heavyweight boxers. It's not a whole lot of current players representation because it's right in the season. And normally we don't have a whole lot of Cowboy legends that will come out in to the October show, but you will see a lot of them in the March/April show and the July show.
Oh, you mean like these 2 legends right here?
Yes, definitely those 2 legends.
So yeah, this is one of their flyers they posted on their social media. We're talking about the Collector Showcase of America, and Kelli Collins gonna be out there boots on ground. And yeah, those are pretty official if you ask me.
Yeah. So I kind of knew some of the players as far as the legends that will be coming out, but I could not say because of embargo reasonings. So I already knew those 2 were coming. The surprise was when I got a call from another legend and said, "I'll see you soon." And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing like getting a call from a legend to let you know he gonna be there. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of folks see you out there, and I know I see you put in a lot of work. Matter of fact, you put in a lot of work here for us at Official America's team, especially with helping us put together the directory and finding out a lot of clubs. Me and you met boots on ground out there in Miami. I think that was 2018, especially where
Epic.
our guy DJ Kai was out there too as well.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes. Epic weekend. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to the one in Miami.
Oh yeah, the one with Michael Parsons that's gonna be out there for Fan Zone. You talking about that one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. She got Micah locked in. That's great, man. So check out Fan Zone. That's why I said me and Kelly, we met out there in Miami at a Fan Zone event with the Bowen sisters, Lisa Bowen and Cynthia Bowen. Shout out to those sisters.
Yes.
Cowboys women out there, NFL women, because Lisa's a Saints fan.
Yeah.
And, obviously, Cynthia's a Cowboys fan, but we love them to death. But yeah, they got another great event coming up with Micah. So you're thinking about making it, huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking about making it. And I'm also trying to get my girls wrapped in for the weekend in Virginia Beach. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you said you've been going to CSA since around about 2019?
Yeah, so I've been going faithfully since 2019. 2020, no, I didn't, did I go to the one in 2020? No, because it was canceled due to the pandemic, but I have been going ever since 2019. Hi, Rome, DC Nation in the house. But yeah, I've been going ever since 2019. Some of my club members have been going a little bit before me. It was kind of difficult for me to work it around my schedule because of work and, things that I do a lot in church, and it always fell on that weekend, or I was out of town anyway. So
Right.
since 2019, I have been going and having a blast ever since.
Right. And then, you met quite a few players because I remember, I said, hey, shoot me some photos. You were like, hey, should I share some photos? I'm like, yeah. And, I got 2 photos of 2 players that you actually met at the CSA here today. She does not know. I want the audience to know. She does not know what photos I picked.
I
So whatever
don't.
reactions or whatever stories we get here today are going to be fresh and organic, kind of like the content. You know what I mean? But speaking of DC Nation, I know you're out there. You're a president of a fan club. You're no stranger here, though. For folks that's just tuning in the first time that need to know a little bit about you, tell them about who you are with your fan club out there in DC.
Okay, so DC Nation, it will be 5 years old, August 17th of this year. We're based out of the Washington, D.C. Hey, Tish. We're based out of the Washington, D.C. area. We have watch parties. We do a lot of community service. A lot of the community service since the past 2 years have been kind of mobile and virtual due to COVID, but before COVID, we were, like you said, boots on ground. We will go to the hospitals to provide toys. We will go to the homeless shelters to provide socks, blankets, whatever that need may be. We do a lot of, especially in November, we do a lot of outreach to our Cowboy Nation active and retired military servicemen, where we will treat them to a cup of coffee or dinner, something like that, with a gift card, and then they will party with us. So we've been active almost for 5 years now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I've thanked you, and we've got stories we've written about you here. Especially you connected us to She Loves the Cowboys. So shout out to Colleen Case over
Yes.
there where She Loves the Cowboys. Love her to death. I mean, she holding it down. You know what I mean, by herself over
Yes.
there. But she's got great team members like yourself helping as moderators and admin. We did the story on that on She Loves the Cowboys. But the CSA. I wanted to get you plugged in here not only because I'm interested, I'm starting to get more and more interested into autograph type of stuff. But what is it that you look most forward to about these CSA events?
The fellowship. Normally, if I will go on Sundays, because Sundays are really dubbed Cowboy Sunday. And that's where you will see all the current and legends of Cowboys Nation there. We also share that Sunday with Steeler Nation, because we actually get along real well. They never put us on a day where there's an Eagles or I call them the Commodores now. The Commodores fan base, because the last time I heard that, when Cowboys Nation and Fly Eagles Fly met up, it was a little, yeah. So
Yeah.
so
It's funny. It's funny you say that about, Fly Eagles Fly and, you being out there from DC and the Commodores. I find that
yes.
real funny, but there's some distinct sound that comes from your region out there that I'd like to kind of let everybody know if you're not hip to it. I serve with some guys from DC and, so I kind of understand, what Kelly had put me on here to today, but we wanted to jam this out for y'all here today. And if you're not from the DC area, if you don't know, at least today you'll know. But tell them a little bit about what this Ben's Chili Bowl business is before we get into the go-go music.
Ben's Chili Bowl is one of the staples in Washington, D.C. It is over 50 years old. It was started by Ben and Virginia Ali. God rest Ben Ali soul. Virginia Ali is still alive and well. The first Ben's Chili Bowl was in it's still in existence. It's on U Street Northwest in Washington, D.C., known as the U Street Cardoza corridor. Like I said, you cannot stop at DC without going to Ben's Chili Bowl. Famous people that you may have heard of, President Barack Obama has been there. Of course, Bill Cosby has been there. Oh gosh, so many artists.
Roman on the show checking in. He said that's his spot.
Yes, because Rome, not only he's my club fan, he's my college buddy, he's my fraternity brother. So when we used to go to the University of the District of Columbia, that was our spot. We definitely went to Ben's Chili Bowl.
But let's just get a little bit of a snapshot of some go-go music. So if you never heard go-go music before, maybe you have, you know what I mean? Everybody who knows what we're talking about here today with Kelli, you know, this is why you tune in with us here today. You can learn something new every day here with BDG, baby.
One time between the two of y'all, yo, the girl is all
Talking to me like because I know what
they out there jamming. So as we, you know, we got a little go-go in here today. I promise Kelli we'll get a little bit in the show here for her because, you know, she's out there in DC Nation. And we're not talking about District of Columbia. Everybody knows what DC stands for right here, right, Kelli?
Yeah, DC stands for the Dallas Cowboys.
Exactly. You know, I don't understand the Commodores, Commodes, Commanders. I don't know, whoever they are, they don't seem to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, every time we play at that Trash Bowl Stadium, it's a you know, it's a home game for us.
Exactly. We've seen that happen.
We take over the whole stadium.
Yeah, even as trashy of a stadium as it is, but we couldn't have a show without this happening. We have a Facebook user citing, but they happen to say they love Chuck Brown.
Yes, Chuck Brown, Chuck baby, God rest his soul. He is the godfather of go-go. And there's actually a song that talks about the rivalry between the Washington team and the Cowboys. And it's called Welcome to DC, and it's by a group named Mumble Sauce. But they have a whole straight line that just talks about it.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm a Southeast DC girl at heart.
Right on, president of DC Nation Fan Club. So I told you I had two photos. You didn't know who they were. So as you talk about current players, and you talk about legends, we're going to start with a current player. Let me tell you, how did it feel when you met this player, and what first memory comes to mind when you see this photo?
That's my boo.
Oh, that's your boo.
That's my boo. Listen, okay, I'm gonna try to cliff note this, but that was at the April 2019 show. And before they do the autographs, they do a picture line. So they don't have a current number. They just say, you know, pictures for certain players, you know, you line up at this curtain booth. So when I went in, he's very shy, reserved. Like what you see on TV, that's how he is. He's very shy, he's reserved. But when I bust through that curtain, I was like, "Hey, boo," and he bust out laughing. And we was just talking. He told me, and then he smelled so good. That's for ladies to know. He smelled good. He smelled like heaven. Yeah. So I asked him what, you know, cologne he was wearing, and he told me the name. It's a South African perfume designer and everything. So I told him, I said, so what you're going to do, you're going to go to my Instagram, Blue Paparazzi, DM me that name because I'm going to forget it later. So he definitely did that. So normally you take your picture, they will do like 3 pictures. They'll pick the best one out of the 3. So it was like boop, 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 but not with me. I was in there just chatting it up with them for almost 5 minutes. And then we took the picture and everything. And then it was funny. It was almost like a family reunion type because my sorority sister was also his tutor when he was at Alabama. So I was
Well,
like, yeah, my sorority sister told me to tell you hi. And he was like, what sorority are you a part of? And I said, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And he was like, and what's her name? I said, Tanya Rogers. He was like, I know Tanya and I love the Zetas. I said, so we're family. So during that time, he said, call her up. So I FaceTimed her and we all on FaceTime just having like a little powwow.
that's what's up. Great insight story there. You know what I mean? I think it's like one thing you told me, I remember it stuck out to me when we were in Miami and the players were up on the stage and we were back there and you just said something to the effect that anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Well, we got the CSA website up, the official
Hey,
website
Cut.
here. And I'm gonna make sure everybody understands where to go. I'm gonna share this link in there, but this is the official Collector Showcase of America site. If you can see the dates there, April 1 through the 3rd. This is the location we're talking about where you're gonna be at, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Can you tell folks
One
what to
thing that is
expect
not
here at this
mentioned.
area?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can you tell folks what to expect if they're coming out maybe for the first time, some do's and don'ts, or maybe some things they need to know about this?
So for the first time you go, it's going to be very overwhelming. It is going to be overwhelming. I'm not going to sugarcoat and say when you go in, you're just going to be boom. It's going to be very overwhelming because it's going to be fans from everywhere. I think the furthest I've seen a fan that came to a CSA show was from Connecticut. And the further south, there were fans that came from Florida as well. So it's a fun time. It's a good group that comes out. The one thing that is not mentioned on there is that each player has a particular price bracket depending on the size of your autograph item. So you have to look through there. Okay, so like with me, I have full size helmets. So I already know for like Emmitt Smith, a full size helmet with his autograph and his insignia is going to run me close to $300. A picture is something different. So a picture for him could be, I think the last time he was there, I think it was like $250 or something like that. So Emmett, and he's also my fraternity brother. I love him dearly, but he is super expensive. So, but he has every reason to be because of his status as far as being a legend. Also, when you go in, the Dulles Expo Center does have a set venue entry fee, which is $10. So you have to tag that as well. I think it is, if you can run that back, it does have the price. I just saw it. So yeah, there we go. So for Saturday it's $10, Sunday is $10, Friday is $10. But if you planning on to attend on Saturday and Sunday, you can see the Friday sneak peek for free. And that's the base price of $25.
Cool. Great insider information to know as we had the official CSA website there. I'm going to share that link in the chat for everybody who's tuning in today. So if you want to go over there and check that out. So I want to bring up this second player, you know what I mean, that you had an opportunity to meet out there. Who do you think it might be? Take a great guess at who you think I might have picked.
It could be the ones that I was really partying with backstage. And that's another perk that DC Nation have. Whenever we see, if it's this player that I'm thinking, we're automatically backstage. So it's either the original 88 or my boy White.
You already know the deal. That's my man, the original, no copy, no paste, baby.
Oh my gosh, Drew Pearson is a sweetheart. He cusses a lot, but he is a sweetheart. He was the loudest one that you that you heard backstage, and if you heard his voice, his booming voice, you already knew who it was. So when this was the current one that we went to of July 2021, and this was basically, you can say, like the first one that they have had since the pandemic. And he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. So he was already on a Hall of Fame high. So when my crew and I, when we went backstage, we had fun. There was a bunch of trash talking. We had some celebratory libation to, congratulate him into the hall.
Yeah.
But he is such, and of course, and this is another thing. If you ever meet a Super Bowl legend, they would nicely slide that Super Bowl ring on your finger. I've had plenty of legends rings on my finger.
Yeah, they do share them. They like to take photos with you. As you can see,
Yeah.
he's quite photogenic too. And I know it very quickly, like he snuck up on me at the Hall of Fame while I was out there too. I was just coming into the place and I heard somebody say, "Hey, I like that vest." And I turn around and no shit, it's Drew Pearson in a golf cart. Somebody's getting ready to drive him off to the next event or whatever. But he's seen that event, that vest that Kim from, Dallas Cowboys United out there in New Jersey gave to me. And I couldn't believe it. I got to run up on him and take a photograph with him. But man, that's awesome because I know I had to pick Drew. I wasn't gonna let you get out of here.
Yeah, I say it's
Hey.
either gonna be Randy or Drew, but Drew was my first one.
Right. So good deal. So what do you got to look? What are you looking forward to most at this CSA coming up here? That you're gonna be boots on ground at, because we're gonna want to see some video. But what are you looking forward most to on this CSA?
Besides the fellowship, we're going to try to make a weekend out of it. So, I think the one thing that I am looking forward to is, I definitely want to get, Tony Dorsett, because he will be back at the CSA show, in April. They have not released the current players as of yet. They're still adding on players, but, of course, just going back down, backstage and just chatting it up with, of course, Randy White. He was the one that called and said, "I'll see you soon." So just seeing him again, and just like I said, it's just a fellowship. Seeing some of the latest memorabilia that is there. Not only is Cowboys related, it's all of the NFL teams that have good vendors that have memorabilia, but they also have memorabilia from the Negro Baseball League. We've met a couple of alum from the Negro Baseball League when oh gosh, name slip. Oh, when Randall Cobb first came on the team, and he was at that CSA show. And we met a few of the Negro Baseball League alums. So it's going to be a whole lot of history concerning that there. And by April 5th being soon, I know they're going to have a nice Jackie Robinson display there. He was the first Black to break the color barrel line in the MLB. So since that's right around the corner, already expecting something like that to happen. But like I said, it's just a fellowship. We already know that it's going to be on a Sunday unless a player cannot make it that Sunday and then they can try to make it there Saturday, then that's also an option as well. But one thing that the CSA show does very well is they will let you know if there has been a player day change or time change on that scheduled day that the player is supposed to be there.
So it looks like it's a pretty tight ship they're running over there then, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's a real tight ship. Wasn't so much for Stephon Diggs, who was there. But Stephon as well as Trayvon Diggs, they're DMV homegrown boys. So
right.
he came through the front door of Dulles Expo Center. And when one of the workers for the CSA show saw him, she was in a frantic, like, "Oh, you weren't supposed to go there. You were supposed to go through the back." And he was like, "Oh, every time I come here, this is how I come in."
Right. Just keeping it real. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Well, we appreciate you sharing our insights, like my man Shedrick says here today, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. We finally got what the CSA definition or the CSA acronym means, and that's the Collector Showcase of America, which we've been talking about here. And Kelli, with Women's History Month coming up next March, this next month in March, you were no stranger here. We talked about your club here last year. Would you be interested in joining us back here to talk a little bit more about CSA and on Women's History Month? Cool.
Yeah,
we appreciate you helping with the Official America's Team directory and always supporting the content and definitely keeping us plugged in here. And, your valuable asset out there with DC Nation, not in the District of Columbia, but what's the name of DC again?
Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Oh,
Dallas
before
Cowboys.
we go, this is some of the autographs that I did get.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the recent one. That's Drew Pearson's. Oh, and right here next to it, that's Gil Brandt.
Oh, wow.
So I got him.
OG.
Yeah, real OG. VP of Player Personnel, the founder of the Scouting Combine.
Oh, he's all over Sirius XM. I listened to him way back early in the season. We was talking about the Bengals. I was like, what is he talking about? Well, now we know.
Yeah. And then on this one, this is, like I said, like with the full helmets and everything. Yeah. These will be more like a premium. So as you can see, I do have Randall Cobb. I have Amari Cooper right there.
19.
Yeah, it's a lot. I got Ed Too Tall Jones. He was there. I kind of felt when I met him at the CSA show, they asked if I needed a step ladder, and I was kind of offended by that because he is literally a foot taller than me. So wow. I was busy standing on my tippy toes.
Man. Well, as we wrap it up here, I appreciate you sharing everything with us here. Our supporters also says, now go there and let us vicariously live through your CSA experience. So, I think
I will be live.
Yeah, you'll be live here where everybody can tune in. So we appreciate you coming on board the show here today to talk about the CSA, and definitely look forward to get you on the show here next March on Women's History Month. Appreciate everything you're doing out there. Any final shout outs before we get out of here today?
Shout outs. Yes. Lady Vice. How you doing? Cuff. My DC Nation family, I cannot leave them. I can't do anything without giving them the proper shout out. Penny, Tish, Juanita, those are the girls I travel with. Lisa Morton, she has been out to a CSA show as well. OAT, hey, how are you? One Star, One Family, Sherry, Kai, my whole Cowboys Nation family.
Appreciate that as always. Keep doing what you do out there. I know you're definitely part of the 15% bracket. You are always awake. You ain't never asleep, and you've always supported the content here. So I appreciate you being on the show. Look forward to having you. We're out of here.